This Morning host Cat Deeley was left red-faced on Tuesday as Band Aid legend Bob Geldof called her out for making a mistake during their conversation on the ITV show. During Tuesday's episode of This Morning, Cat Deeley experienced a series of uncomfortable gaffes while interviewing Bob Geldof. The segment was meant to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Band Aid, with co-hosts Cat Deeley and Andy Peters chatting with music legends Bob Geldof and Midge Ure. However, the atmosphere tensed up when Cat mistakenly claimed that Band Aid and Live Aid concerts had raised nearly £2 million. After a clip of the iconic song played, she swiftly corrected herself, stating, "I was supposed to say £200 million has been raised, but in today's money." Bob interjected to clarify that the figure is now closer to £480 million, prompting Cat to acknowledge her correction. Bob teasingly asked, "You've never done this before?" To which Cat, trying to keep the mood light, responded with a chuckle, "Never, I'm a spring chicken." Yet, the slip-ups didn't stop there. As they discussed an upcoming BBC show featuring the original Band Aid single, "Do They Know It's Christmas?", Bob mentioned the program would air later in the week. Cat mistakenly said, "On Channel 4, only for Bob to swiftly correct her, saying, "No, not Channel 4, BBC 4. Who briefs you? Who does your research? Deeley, it's BBC 4 for God's sake." A red-faced Cat could only laugh off the error, holding up her notes to the camera and quipped, "Oh no, shamed by Bob Geldof live on telly, I love it." Despite the mishaps, the presenters seemed to take it all in stride, laughing uproariously, reports The Mirror. The program Sir Bob referred to is set to air this Friday on BBC 4, commemorating 40 years since the original Band Aid single was launched. Discussing the forthcoming documentary, he told the BBC, "That Sunday morning when a bunch of young spotty English pop stars who were, more or less, just out of school and had taken over the pop culture of the world, ambled up a Ladbroke Grove Street in London to make a song their friends had written for the starving people of Ethiopia, they could never have understood the enormous consequences of that day. It was, if not exactly the shot that rang around the world, it certainly became, however unwittingly, the shout that rang around the world, culminating 20 years later in all its unlikely majesty and ultimately forcing the global political process to bend to its focused will at the Gleneagles G8 summit of 2005 and after the Live Aid concerts." He further noted that this documentary adopts a fly-on-the-wall approach, featuring unseen footage from the day. "I love it because it is so English, so guileless, so charming and yes so innocent," Sir Bob concluded.